Hello, hello. I know that you can hear me, but I've been trying to get my friend to join the live stream, but he doesn't want to. It's not that he doesn't want to; he's just fucking airing us. So that gives me the impression that he doesn't want to. But anyways, I want you to look at this right here. This specifically. Excuse me. This area to here. Because wait, let me get my thought process straight. Cause like I've been taking trades throughout this whole thing, so I don't know what I really want to talk about. Like all of the stuff you see here has been covered in a live stream. So like literally everything you see here, not this, but everything you see here has been covered in the live stream. The live streams before this. So what I want to draw some attention to initially is the start of this move and the fact that oh wait, what's going on there? And the fact that after we had these predefined ranges here as seen on one moment. Why? Nah, I don't have a... See, I can't be using replay mode, by the way, because I don't have TradingView Premium. As you can see down here, I have the logo there, and oh, look, it's taking me to the website here. If I press it again, maybe it'll look, see. So it wants me to buy TradingView Premium. I don't have that, so I can't therefore do any replay mode. Oh, wait. See, and this is on the 1 hour time frame, so I don't get access to replay mode, right? So none of my trades, wait, can you even hear me? Yeah. So none of my trades that you've seen on the live streams have been in replay mode. So I just want to stress that aspect to you. This first presented fair value gap from the equities open on Wednesday, that was formed after 9:31 in the morning. This area here was a primitive target after this red box here, as seen on my previous live streams. The reason that this red box really stood out to me, and the fact, oh wait, why does it say that? No, I don't want to be in this anymore. So, what was I saying? The reason that this stood out to me here, this big red bar, right? I'll just really quickly take you through it. So, I need to go to a different... Oh, shit. I need to go to a different liquidity provider for this. So, as you can see right here, I'm on crypto, which is this one. We're going to go to IG, which is... I don't know, it specifically says that this is CFD. I don't know if this is a CFD as well, to be honest. I'm not really too sure. But anyways... we need to have a look at, so everything you see here was covered on live stream as well, which is the same as what I showed you before. So the reason that I used this chart here was just so I could give a clean chart for all of the things that I was drawing on, and to be honest, using this makes a little bit more sense simply because, well, look how clean it is in comparison to this one. This might get a little bit confusing. It does look a little bit hectic, doesn't it? They're both on the 1 hour time frame. But I can... Oh, what have I just done there? How did I get rid of it so fast? Oh. Oh, I got rid of this, not that. This moved over. Jeez. Oh, it's because I'm... it's okay. No, I want these on here anyway. So, basically, right, what I was trying to show you is Oh, okay. Right. If I can draw your attention to this right here, all of this move is the exact same as this wick like, so sorry, all of this red grid represents a move that is exactly the same as the top of this blue body to obviously the wick, which is marked on here. So that would be a premium wick in the 1 hour time frame, right? So the one that looks wait, hold on, sorry. If you look up here, the 1 hour time frame, right? So you would, like, this would be the 1 hour time frame premium wick, and you would look for, you would do literally the same concept of marking it out, but instead the low would be to here, and you would look at any movements inside of this range and how they respect the bars, the red lines going forward in time to see this. But the only difference is this exact red line here, this is the same concept as this 1 hour premium wick, but it was formed on the 1 minute time frame instead of the 1 hour time frame, like you can see here. So I don't know, I don't have premium, so I don't know if I can go in there and show you. I don't know how far back I can go. Yeah. So as you can see, and it's not accurate and it's been moved. Why is it being moved? Wait, let me fix this, because it's not locked. See how I just dragged it there? It's really irritating. Normally I have all locked drawings, and so to be honest, before I use anything, I need to go back and check that it's still what the original thing was, because I can just drag things and move them, but normally you can just press this lock button here and then you can't do that anymore. But for some reason this has actually been moved, so I need to fix that. So the way I can do that, right, is by looking at these things up here. And there's a simpler way to do this, which would be just like this. But this isn't drawn accurately. I need to use the magnet for this. So the magnet allows drawings to be drawn exactly where you see the high and the body and the open, high, low, and close on each of the candlesticks. So for here I would do that, and then I would maybe extend this to like 500 where it was, right? And so basically this is now drawn accurately. So if I lock that now, so as you can see, you have this middle line, so which represents the middle of the wick, basically. Let's put it in like simple terms. So this is the whole length of the wick, and the middle of that is there, right? So you've got the high of the wick, the low of it, the middle, and then you've also split that in half as well, so you have quadrants. So we extend these lines into the future. You can see that after a sell-off and retracement into the middle of this fair value gap, well, a bit above. After that, we come straight back up into this wick here, the middle of it right there. And then you have like a reaction and sell-off, but like this area could be like, I don't want to say a target actually. Sometimes price does come back into here and then use it to sell off. So in theory, sometimes you could use this as a target, but it doesn't always get swept though. Like sometimes price will just come in if it's a true premium wick, and because see, this is on the 1 minute time frame here. So like if price could come in so accurately and then sell off, and then if you see here, we failed to break the top of the upper quadrant, the low of the upper quadrant. So this range, yeah. To be honest, it kind of helps if I like change the colors of these, but I'm just assuming that you can see it as well. um, this is very not. Sorry, well, this doesn't look right. I'll just go like purple here with like some red in the middle, and then I'll change these purple as well. And then the red line in the middle represents obviously the middle of the area, and then the purple is just like the graded areas of this wick right here. So as we've dragged that into the future, already you have an algorithmic delivery in relation to this area. Straight away, look, literally, like, come back up to this perfect area. And look, it's crazy because look, this candle here, even though it's on the 1 minute time frame, it tried to push up, It got above this, but it couldn't break this or even get to it in the middle of the. Okay, hold on. The middle of this wick, right? So wait, can you definitely hear me? Yeah. So we also utilized it here again before we sold off, and then this was actually what formed my initial bullish order block, which I which I took trades off in here. So this is the same thing, and it's crazy how like we've extended this bullish order block still on the 1 hour time frame. This is when it was originally formed on the 1 minute time frame here, and then we've literally just extended it forward, and we're still getting like algorithmic respect into it. And this bullish order block, even though it was formed on the 1 minute time frame way back here, if you look at the date and the time, we like that was all the way over here, and now we're over here. So like I knew this was gonna happen, and price was gonna use any structure formed here from a 1 hour fair value gap, which was that with these this 1 minute premium wick, exactly this area here, which I've just been talking about. I knew price might want to come into it slightly, but I didn't want to see this high broken, so I wanted to see this fair value gap stay open. It's a bearish fair value gap. I didn't want to see that be traded into, and that's what defined my stop loss on oh sorry, wait, what's going on? Oh, and yeah, so basically this looks a lot more messy now. Maybe it was better when it was just a red line. Right, we'll leave it like that. And maybe go to like the 5 minutes so it cleans up all the noise. So pretty much I did a live stream yesterday, and I'll get the photo for you now. Bear in mind, I don't have access to fucking premium like I mentioned, so I'll grab this photo. Look, this is what I outlined. It looked like exactly like this. Look, this is the before and after, yeah. Are you mad, bro? What? Look at this prediction here. Nah, that looks fake. I swear to God, it looks fake. I did it on live stream. I don't care if anyone believes me. That is some fucking top-notch analysis. Some fantastic analysis. Oh my God. Swear down. No, I was fucking buzzing when that actually played out, because like it was just sort of like anticipation in the moment, and like the fact that it was accurate to the T, like my entry on the bullish, like the first like upswing into the 1 hour fair value gap here, and then I noticed that we wouldn't go. Look at my stop loss. Wait, hold on up. I'll fucking open these images for you so you can see it properly. So I open this and then delete that. So if you look, sorry, I sound really gassed right now. I know. So if you look here, right, and this is on live stream. It was the live stream that is before this video. So like if you look at the title of this video and then go on my channel, it's just literally the video before this one. But like, so this was my overall perspective, right? I thought that price, and I said all of this at the fucking time on the live stream. Like, I wish I knew exactly when it was, and I would go. Do you want me to have a look? Right, watch. I'll do it with you. So I'll give you the timestamp for it so that you can like actually G-check me on this, because, like, I swear to God, like it's like, and all of the analysis here was covered on live stream as well, and like it's just the fact that, considering that, and then I also anticipated this like to the fucking T. Look at where I didn't want to see price go higher than here, in this area, not up to there. Notice that, like, not up to this high of them. But I don't know where exactly my stop loss was on the real trade. Look, I'll show you. So wait, where is? Why can I not drag it? Where's the image gone? Right here. So as I zoom in here, look at that, man. It's crazy. Look, I was pointing down here, man. Like, I wanted to see oh shit. Oh, there's too many things open. What's that? Why is this? Oh shit. No. What's this? I just need that and that. So why the fuck is that open? Right. And oh, okay. Jeez. What is going on? Right, okay, hold on, I've got a different idea. So here, and then this, here. There we go. Look at this, man. I'm a little bit ill today, I'll be honest. Look at that. That's before and after. Wow. And it was on live stream, and it's not fake. It was on live stream, and it's not fake. Can you believe that? And as well, the thing that I want to point out most of all, yeah, is the fact that in the live stream I was saying that price is gonna come down to here, maybe potentially, and I don't want to see this bullish order block be traded into. I said it on the live. That's why my stop loss on this trade right here. Look, wait, hold on. I'll open the trading view chart. That's why my stop loss is literally on the bullish order block, and I didn't want to see price come into there as well. This is macro time, 3:15 to 3:45 p.m. in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time, which is New York time. So I've just had a really sharp pain in the left side of my chest. So like, I was able to utilize this entry twice with the same TP and the same stop loss, which is fucking crazy. And I actually took this one. This one I didn't actually take, and I put it on the chart because I knew exactly what I was outlining. Actually no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I put the entry on the chart, but I didn't actually take it. This one I actually did take, and I can like actually verify that. But I closed it like here, I'm not gonna lie, it was a very quick scalp. Like, as soon as I saw this and then I saw price could turn around, like, I just closed it because I knew that this box was good for me, and I don't, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, my stop loss was here because I knew that I didn't want to see price go higher than oh shit, I said here before, but realistically it already had before I put the entry on. So the reason that I entered here actually is because when I go to the 1 minute time frame, wait, there was one thing, and it was like so perfectly on the line that I noticed it, and that's why I had like a really high degree of confidence in the short position, because I think it was this here. Like so this is on the 1 minute time frame. Like when I was, oh okay, wait, I'll just keep this on. Wait, hold on. So wait, these images, yeah. This was my initial prediction, and I'm gonna really quickly go on YouTube and actually find the correct timestamp for you so you can verify it easily without having to fucking do a bunch of shit, right? So these are my live streams. This, I don't know how they have, like, I don't know at all how they have more than like 1 or 2 views, to be honest with you, but so this is like the end. Look, see, this is the end of the live stream, which is my entries on TradingView here, right? So as I go back through the live stream, you can see price like moving. Wait, hold on. Oh, that's too far. Good gosh. So you can see here. Oh wait, what's going on? Can you get this off the fucking screen, please, so I can show an example? So this was like after my TP. But that was on the first trade. So that was I was gonna point with my finger. That was on here, not this one. This one was real. This one was just because I was absolutely gobsmacked that we formed a overlapping fair value gaps here, and also overlapping fair value gaps here, and so I basically marked out this fair value gap and this one, so this bearish one and this bullish one, and then I put them both on the chart as boxes. So basically I did this from this to this, right? And then I also marked out the same low to the high of the bullish fair value gap here, and then the blue lines that you can see is the difference between the middles of these lines and also the tops of these, because both of these fair value gaps share the same bottom candle, so share the same middle candle, sorry. So I've taken the difference between the middles of the candles, which I get this wick right here, and I did this on the live stream at the time. It's the most remarkable thing. And as well, the tops of these candles here. So to be honest, it gave me it there, but I don't think I fully noticed it at that point yet. It was more like up here, I think. But that's what gave me those 2 lines there. Same concept here. A bullish fair value gap and a bearish fair value gap. And that's why I was shocked. I was like, bro, what the fuck? And like, I think it's on live stream as well, yeah. Because look at these fucking, oh shit, man. Look, no, not this. Look at these images again. This was my original analysis. So I wanted to see price reject the bullish order block, come up to here, and sort of like trade higher into this 1 hour fair value gap as seen there, which is exactly what happened. So look, you can see the low, this candle here is actually the true low, so this should have been moved along one. But like, it was like drawn to the side obviously so I can see it, and obviously I thought it would be the next candle, because I thought we were going to have one more low actually towards the bullish order block, but you didn't get that one more low, and so this candle was actually safe above the bullish order block, and I used the bullish order block as seen here as my entry point. So if price hit the bullish order block, I don't want to see that. That's a 1 minute bullish order block that stayed open for a long time, like a week at least. So like, I want to see that stay open, at least for the purpose of trading into this 1 hour fair value gap. And that's exactly what the fuck happened. Look, so this is both on the 1 hour chart, yeah. We trade up here, creating structure, which is what I said in the live stream, up into this area, so we go straight through it, right? And then we go to the 1 hour fair value gap here, and I don't really want to see price trade above here, but because like that's the smallest I can have the thing, so to be honest I should have had one line right there, but is that what I'm really complaining about? Like, what? Look at my entries. My initial one was after that formed, so see that high that formed, that goes to see the bottom red line, and then the one above it, this is the bottom red line and this is the one above it. So my entry is actually after after it hit this one above it, as you can see. So I didn't trade anything other than buys before it hit. Oh, sorry, where is it? Here. There. So I took that short into this. So it's basically from up here into down there, which is literally this area here down into here. But the thing that I didn't sorry, excuse me. The thing that I didn't obviously take into account in this example is time distortion and also the time of day. So because it was so late at night, and obviously this is like while I've been asleep, I think during Asia session, this is like I didn't take into account a consolidation. But even with a consolidation, right, we still, like, even look, this first original wick here doesn't get, it gets tested, but it doesn't, it's more the middle of this area. So you can do quadrants and you can also do eighths. And obviously this 1 minute premium wick is on the 1 minute time frame, and this is on the hourly time frame. So which is crazy. So that 1 minute wick is continued over in the 1 hour time frame, like a while later. Look, it's like a day. Sorry, that's 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. So, but it's just fucking crazy. This, like, look, straight up to here, which is literally from this low up to here, right? And then we sell off. But I didn't take into account time distortion, and then when I saw like the rejection of this order block, well, I think I was asleep during that time actually, but like when I saw it late, like when I logged in, I was quite surprised to see that, like, the time distortion, you know what I mean? So obviously, like, none of this range really affected this high and this high. Well, slightly that high, but not this one. So, like, that's quite important to note, you know what I mean? So they could have just sent it down straight away into my... They could have just sent... That's what I was I was expecting this here, right? And then I realized that's not going to happen, and then I noticed that they're probably going to send it up higher, and this is all in the live stream before this one. They're going to send it up higher here into this 1 hour fair value gap, and then they're going to basically run the price down into this area here, which is... it's not marked properly on there, but like, see these purple lines here? That's that right there. And then look, it even wicks on the 1 hour time frame exactly perfectly. Like, it's the whole 1 hour time frame, the whole 1 hour candle exists, yeah, and it stops perfectly right there. Oh, even here, look, man. Look at where I'm pointing on here. This is not fabricated. I wish I could, like, prove it more than just a live stream. Like, you know, if you were, like, I got it on live stream. There was even, like, more stuff that had happened that I'm grateful to have caught on live stream. For example, what I mentioned about, like, these overlapping fair value gaps and also these ones. Like that was mad to me. That was mental. I was like, what? Because I'm not taking a trade and being happy that I'm in profit yet. I just noticed this, and I was so happy that it actually fucking existed. Because let me show you what the fuck I was looking at, because this is crazy algorithmic delivery, this. So I've taken literally this fair value gap here. Can you see that fair value gap? So this fair value gap here, right? I'm marking that out there. For one, that's an inversion fair value gap there, right? So just imagine that I typed inversion fair value gap in here, right? So look. So, okay, wait, you can't really see that. Let me adjust this. What color can I have it? Red for now, just for the purpose of this. Okay, look, that's an inversion fair value gap, yeah? Here, oh sorry, that's a bearish fair value gap, right? The next candle forms a bullish fair value gap that's directly overlapping with that one. Can you see that? It's perfectly overlapping with the one before it. See? This fair value gap and this fair value gap are so close to being perfect that it's unfucking real. And so basically what I've done, yeah, is this blue line here is the measured distance between this one and this, like the difference that you can see there. So the difference that you can see here is like this blue zone, and then if you look really hard, you can see these two red lines. It's because this one was so dark. You can see these two red lines here. That's that distance there. So look, oh, that's my original trade. I don't want to fucking move that. So look, and I entered on the upper quadrant of this macro. I even had a late entry. I noticed it as soon as I entered, because in those few minutes I'd then found this. Oh no, I think I placed this trade upon finding. I don't know. I have to go back in the live stream and check, because I was quite impressed with how that panned out, and to be honest with you, so. And it's the fact, like, it formed this, and I was like, is that a balanced price range? And I was questioning it on the live stream, right? Because I don't know 100% the definition of a balanced price range. I need to study that and get an idea for it. But then I noticed that this pivot here, that's what it formed. That was a perfect, like, sort of retracement into that area before a push up, right? And that was basically the premise of my entry and why I held it for so long, and why I felt comfortable with this 1 hour fair value gap being my target. But actually, sorry, no, look at this. This was put on the chart before the entry was. So obviously I was already anticipating this before I placed the entry. So you can obviously see that, hopefully, if you can. Like, I know it's quite a little bit hectic to look at, and it's a little bit messy, but I'm pretty sure you can see that, right? So like this bullish fair value gap and this one are the same. We stayed above it here, traded into that black line, sold off down here. Like this. Stayed above the bullish order block, traded into that black line, sold off down here. So this was my prediction beforehand, and it's all in line. Sorry, I keep repeating myself, right? But I want to just really stress that point, because I might do something today. So yeah, it's just the concept between this two overlapping fair value gaps and these ones that gave me both those trades, right? So that's like the premise and why I entered both those trades on. But the idea of what I'm showing you is that I already knew it was going to do this beforehand. Or like sort of I anticipated it was going to do this beforehand. Like exactly basically what happened. But the only thing I didn't factor in was that it was a bit time distortion and then this drop. So like you can see the entry that I had was perfect, came up into here, perfect TP, set right in the middle of this black line here. And then my entry was literally just within the same hour window as we entered the black line. I also sold it in that area. So that's like a perfect reversal, really, for that small amount of time. But then I didn't factor in all of the time distortion. And so if you had a tight stop loss, my stop loss was safe, because I realized that high was safe, and it was also matching what I had here, so I became stubborn with it. But like this target and this, like, it's quite mad. But what I want to show is that this analysis came before these trades were placed, and also these two trades are framed kind of on the premise, of also like taking into account this macro here, and like other PD arrays, like so this macro, and then obviously this 1 hour fair value gap, which is here. So that's like obvious target, algorithmic target, and like it even formed like a so we formed the low of the macro, right? We displaced away from it, so that low that low got kind of like confirmed straight away. Cause look, we formed the low and then and that low stayed open, and then we came back down to it, but we didn't take that low. So then what else happened? The two overlapping fair value gaps, and then the run higher above these stops here, and then a retracement into those fair value gaps. Like that's the area I should have. This is the trade I should have taken, but mine was too early. But the fact of this is absolutely incredible. But then it also formed the exact same thing up here, like in the target PD area that I had, which is this black box, which is the 1 hour fair value gap from this macro. And again, I knew this was going to happen. So, I anticipated this was going to happen. But then it also somehow formed the same sort of thing. Because look, this candle easily could have had a wick, right, either side of it. And then this candle could have had a wick, right? Or this candle could have had a wick, yeah? So it didn't have to form the exact same pattern as seen down here. And then the most crazy thing is, not only was it the same sort of pivot pattern, but it even had the same kind of retracement into it. And that's what I was noticing and why I was getting gassed on the live stream, because I was like, what in the actual fuck, right? Even just only at this here and how that was so perfect, and like it also had a symmetry thing, like basically symmetrical to this, but just inverted. Like, but then this high is actually safe. So like this stop loss is safe. I took the same stop loss again here, and then that stop loss doesn't get retested. And then what happens? And then price does accumulate in this range here, but then all of the people selling here get stopped out there. So smart money takes their stop losses, right? And then the price gets run down from the 1 hour fair value gap that I took trades into and out of previously. So like I didn't get fucked on this, but other people probably did. So anyone selling here got their stop taken right above the 1 hour fair value gap. But my stop is right there, because that's actually higher than what I originally wanted to have it on here. See? Because I only wanted it to come into the 1 hour fair value gap. I didn't really want to see it trade too much higher than this. And that's what I said on the live stream, and it didn't. It only came to the second red line up. It didn't go to the middle, which was just absolutely fucking mind-boggling to me. Look, you see, I only came to the second one up and it didn't go to the middle. Yeah, and then anyone selling here got stopped out right there, but I was safe. And then the price tanked into my predefined target, which is obviously this. So literally, above the bullish order block into this 1 hour FVG. And then I didn't think about the time distortion, hit the target. I'm just going to show it one more time and then I'm going to talk about something else, right? Because I just wanted to stress this, because like if I didn't give a commentary to this, maybe like when I rewatch this later myself, I wouldn't have understood how fucking impressive that I actually genuinely think that is, because like all of this algorithmic delivery and how I'm pointing it out before it happens is fucking incredible. Look at what happens here from my target. That wick falls exactly perfectly on my target, right? This stays above the what is this, sorry, this here, this is a daily fair value gap, or it might actually be a week. Either way, it overlaps with this 1 hour premium wick, which is defined in purple. That's what this is, by the way. So you know how I was talking about this red box here and how it's a 1 minute premium wick in the start of the video or whatever. See, this is a 1 hour one, so the minute was just as big as the hour move. The minute wick was just as big as the hour wick. So and then you can see how prices like algorithmically respected the levels that I've already had on the chart. Like I only wanted it to come in here, then what? Like that was my predefined target right there. Oh sorry, right here. So then it just had bullish run up. Where do you think it's going? Has it been to here yet? No, it hasn't. I don't think it has. But like, I mean, it depends on overall narrative. We're probably gonna figure that out now. But it's on its way up towards this first presented fair value gap of the equities open that was presented. Oh, so shit. Formed on Wednesday after 9:31 a.m. Everything that I'm using in the chart, I've laid out the reason why I'm using it, and also I gave like good commentary and like I tried to explain it as best as I could, and I think that's like part of the reason why the videos are so long is because like there's the speaking aspect, but then there's also like the time distortion and like the delivery over time, and so that takes up a lot of hours and minutes in the videos as well. So for me to actually hit my target, like that's why this video kind of follows up from the previous one that I did, because like you saw the entries that I took and the analysis that I did, right? So this is like pretty much what happened afterwards. And to be honest, I might be able to like stitch this up one day and have it in like a more of a cool video format, as opposed to having it as a live stream, because the live stream is very long and it's just like raw, uncut, unedited footage. So I don't know if I'll really be able to like I don't know if I'll be able to like do that. I mean, I suppose I could cut up a video and fucking and do whatever, but it's just crazy how all of these levels were predefined. Like more or less, like pretty much all of them. Especially they were all like, and the reason that I can confidently say they were predefined is because even though that I only drew these levels on when the price was over here, and I only drew these on when the price was like maybe over here, like that's because like, well, maybe not these ones, but these and like all of this 1 minute bullish order block that I took trades out of, that was a predefined level because I was using it as this happened, and it formed way back here, and I put it on as soon as it formed. Like, so literally, like, it's on the 1 minute time frame. How far back on the 1 minute time frame do you think I'm going? Like, so I put it on as soon as I saw it, which is quite mad. Like, it is quite mad. And as well, the reason that I had so much confidence in this red box, sorry, I know there's quite a few, right? But this red box specifically, yeah, is because, wait, shall I put that box like a dark no, because it's not the same as the live stream. Right, so the difference between the liquidity providers is actually incredibly important. So as you can see, yeah, this 1 minute wick that I showed you before in this stream, and like I sort of changed the color of it a bit, and but it's like this 1 minute wick, right? Basically, it didn't get traded to on this chart. So look, this is the chart I always use, crypto, right? I also use one called index. This is IG, but like, so this 1 minute wick, yeah, on this chart didn't get traded to here, but like these lows did get hit right there, if you can see that. So like these wicks here, sorry, this 1 minute wick didn't get traded to right there, right? Whereas on this chart, the 1 minute wick got absolutely smashed. Like, well, no, it didn't, but it like clearly got traded into. You know what I mean? In comparison to how on here it stayed massively above it. Like so. Wait, let me go to. Oh, it's too messy on the 1 hour time frame now. So you can see this and this are the same. They're literally drawn on the same candlestick, right? But I think this one is too long on IG. This 1 minute wick is too long, and this one is too short. I don't think the problem is. I don't think the problem is these. I think the problem is that being too long, right? But basically, this area here. No, sorry, wait. This black line here did get traded to right there, right? But the problem is this wick here is completely different on this chart than it is on there in terms of height, right? So there's a difference between the algorithmic delivery of the liquidity providers. So brokers and providers, they're allowed to manipulate slightly and sort of like deliver a price either delayed or like in a weird sort of way. Like, so for example, like the minute candle will close a few milliseconds different and the fair value gap won't be formed, stuff like that, to fuck you off, to snake you. And like basically I found this, right, and I knew that with the delivery being this far off, like this whole level from the top of this line, right, to that low not getting traded to, yeah, I knew that there was something fishy about that, and that's where this trade came from, and I got that on a live stream as well. So this got traded to here, yeah, and that was so suspicious to me. So what I did was, way back before this had formed, maybe like half of half of it, right? Like between these levels, because I was trading a lot these levels as well. This is the suspension block here, and this is a 1 minute volume imbalance. But these as well also don't exist on this chart. Look, see, from different liquidity provider, from different, they're not the same. Like, I've measured the candles so that they try to be the same. Like, I try to get it accurate as I can to the candles, because I know that the prices also, the margins of the prices are also distorted as well. So using different sort of liquidity providers actually helps me a lot to identify areas that are seen to have like anomalies and abnormality, like basically inefficiencies, or like, no, not in that sense, but like I'm trying to find discrepancies between the liquidity, fuck's sake, man, I said it so perfectly before, sorry. I'm trying to find discrepancies between the algorithmic delivery of the different liquidity providers. That's what I'm trying to say. And so that's what this red bar is to me, this, yeah. And it got traded to perfectly again on the fucking live stream. And like, that's what this trade came from. Even this trade was late. The same concept, macro right here. And this macro being kind of the same as this macro when it formed. Like how we've got this 3:15 to 3:45 p.m. macro, that's Eastern time on New York time zone. There's another macro right here, which, sorry, I'll go back to the screenshot. It's not even on there, you see. So there's like this grid here. Like, I'll move it for the purpose of this. See this grid, right? This is the outlining of the macro, same as this, but the box isn't there, right? Look, this macro's on the pivot, and this macro's on the pivot, or so it was at the time. But that's when I knew that this was going to stay open and not trade to the bullish order block and come up here. And like, I'm speaking about this in hindsight now, right? And I don't even have to, because it was all on live stream and caught on live stream, and I was speaking about it at the time. But I really just wanted to like have like just an honest opinion of what I think about the trades that I took, and just like a quick little overview and summary of like why I took them. And yeah, so in fact what I might do is, wait, how long is this live stream itself? How long is this one? because I don't want them to be unwatchable. That's the thing. How long is this? 53 minutes. See, an hour's gone past already, and like I've been speaking the whole entire time, so so I don't know. It's I'm not really sure what to do. So I might leave this one like maybe it's like an hour and a half and just see what happens, right? But I think I've covered enough for now. But if you have a look over here, you can see this price, this sort of, fuck's sake, I've already spoken about this in previous streams. It's because I make them so long. I don't know why I'm doing it as a teaching session, to be honest. Right, I'm just gonna do it as I go. I don't know. Like, I'm just trying to basically give my opinions on what I think. Like, mainly it's like for the trades, but I also want to like speak about my analysis and like have an understanding for all of the zones on my chart, because that might seem messy, but I know what every single thing on there is, like probably like without having to look at the things. Obviously this is a bit confusing. Like, you've got the London kill zone, first presented fair value gap, and then you got the first presented fair value gap of the equities open, which is this box and this box, and then but this box, the middle one, which is the New York lunch open kill zone. No, sorry, New York open kill zone, nothing to do with lunch. That you focus on a 1 minute candlestick specifically, which is the 6:30 a.m. candlestick on Eastern Standard Time, which I'm pretty sure is 11:30 UK time. So I'll just check that really quickly. 11:30. Yeah, it's 11:30. Like 11:30 on the dot, by the way. So that one exact and only that one specific candlestick of the whole entire day. If you just drag that along, it'll give you quite a lot of detail, and then you can collect them over time. So if I go to my GBP USD chart that you'll see in a second here, you can see that I actually have a bunch of these right here. So look, and they like every time I point them out, there's a new piece of delivery. This like this touching them in an algorithmic way. Like, so you see here, like look. Sorry, maybe you can't really see it that well. Look at that. It comes into this, and then it stops right in the middle, and then bounces higher. This is on the 15-minute time frame. That's a quick scalp. Like, all you have to do is fucking put your 1-to-1 stop loss here. Like, use the gap as your trade, because we've already traded through it. And then, I mean, if you want to take that, is there higher targets? I mean, to be honest, it's a bit risky, but you can utilize them. And I like, look, you can utilize this one here. Price came down, tagged it, and then it traded through it, closed beneath this candle here. This candle here traded to the consequent encroachment, which is the middle of this orange box. So did this one, and then price sold off. You could get shorts maybe here with your stop loss above there, and then as price keeps falling, you could hope that this fair value gap here will stay open, so just put your stop loss there at that fair value gap, and then you just run it down to the next one, which is here. So yeah, you've chased price, but you've also like waited and been patient to see some algorithmic delivery, and then like you're just sort of like, if your overall narrative is that this low is gonna get taken out, which I zoomed out there knowing that something got swept in the process of that. That didn't just fall for no reason. Like, there'll be like something like a big pivot like this, exactly there, that got fucking swept out. You know what I mean? Like, big runs don't like that don't just happen for no reason. They take money from wherever it comes from. Look at all these seller stop losses up here. They all just got ransacked. And then what happened? Price rejected that whole area, like, which may be a rejection block, but it, like, yeah, that could be a rejection block. And then price just like fucking comes and takes the original, like the original fucking, where the orders would have been for that massive push, gets taken out later on. You would have just like I don't know, it's crazy, man. But like what I'm trying to show you is all of these 630 prices. Like if I drag them along more, maybe you would see it a bit better. But you can see that they're actually very important. Like more so over here. Obviously, I haven't dragged them along, and time. Look, watch what happens when I drag this over. Watch. I've just seen it. I've just clocked it with my eyes there. Look, watch. Look at that high. Are you fucking joking? No, watch what. Look. This is on the 15-minute time frame. These orange boxes are one 1-minute candlestick on the 1-minute time frame. So I don't look. Should I put the one on from today? I haven't even been putting them on, to be honest. I actually should have been. So look. This is basically the premise of what it is. Yeah. Let me go over to this box, and if I adjust it, then it'll actually let me steal the color of it. Just So, pretty much 6:30 a.m. Where's that? Down here. So it's maybe this. Oh shit, no. Which one is it? That candlestick there. Watch what happens. I've not done this before today, yeah? Look, you can hardly even see it, man. You can't even see it. And then where's 6:30 a.m., sorry? 6:30 a.m. is here. Where's the box that I just drew? Oh, there it is. So price forms a volume imbalance above my 6:30 price. Do we take out this high? Yes. So we form a volume imbalance and take out this high. And then this volume imbalance gets traded through. I mentioned yesterday, yeah, every time I see a volume imbalance that gets inverted, I expect there to be a huge amount of volume come out of it. I've seen it too many times. See this volume imbalance here? That formed on the way up, right? But say the volume imbalance formed on the way down, and then normal candles traded like hugely above it. That is the direction I would anticipate the volume coming from, exactly like you can see right here. Like it's happened too many times too, so I've been stopped out by it, for fuck's sake. So like I've seen the volume imbalance going down, and I'm like, oh my god, volume imbalance, it's gonna dump to fuck, and then it just 180 sweat on straight into this 6:30 price. Look at that wick and that wick. What the fuck? This one and this one here, and how the bodies curl on the top of the fucking 1-minute candle. This orange box, yeah. The wicks just curl above it, and the wick goes to the bottom. Look at how long ago it was formed. It's not even on this fucking chart, man. Look, that's not fake. They form all the way back here in this original bullish run in comparison to this down. So like the consolidation here, and then so I don't know, it's fine. I'm gonna sneeze. So fuck's sake, man. But it's a bit crazy. Look, and so all I'm showing you here is how valuable these 1-minute candlesticks are. So like I've said, these are 1-minute. These orange boxes are the high and the low of 1-minute candlesticks on different days, and the time for the candle, the 1-minute candle specifically, is 6:30. So as soon as 6:31 clocks on, you want to draw this on your chart, and don't trade it. No, you don't trade it. You fucking extend it through time, and it'll give you something. I promise. Look at this one here. Look at this one. This formed on the 29th of December at 6 a.m. The 29th of December at 6 a.m. That is a 1-minute candlestick. Where are we at here with this? Almost 2 weeks later, the 13th of January, which is the next year. Like literally a year later. No, I'm joking. But like, look, man. It just perfectly stopped. The market ran higher through all of this. It stops at this line, which was drawn here, and as well there, and it runs higher from there, and again into this one, and then it rejects this here. It sort of runs and like maybe there was some stops to be had above this, right? Because yeah, that's like a bit weird, like sort of that just stops there and then we sell off, so maybe the stops to be had there. So price comes into there and then sells off where to? Down to this one. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. But yeah. So anyways, I'm gonna put on today's 630 price on Bitcoin because I like to use Bitcoin for my trading. I don't know why. I just think if ever like I've noticed a lot of algorithmic delivery that I personally quite like favor, but at the same time not as clean. But no, maybe no, it is just as clean, but maybe I don't notice it because of how messy this Bitcoin chart is. So obviously if I go over to IG, well, we're in a bit of a tough time right now, you see, because we're not in a range. This works best when you're in a range. Like, so say it formed here, and it was like, let's say like the London Open kill zone was down there, and then like the equities thing was like this. The equities open was this, and then like the New York Open was like the high or whatever. So that would be like the movement. And then these lines come every single day out of those predefined time zones. So sometimes they stay open for a long time. So what I've just shown you on GBP USD is that these zones, and specifically the 630 one, is probably my favorite. This because it's subtle. No one knows about it, and I noticed it myself without anyone telling me about it. But like, well, basically what was told to me about it was focus on what happened at 6:30 a.m. And the way I interpreted that was that I went on my chart and I highlighted the high and the low of the 1 minute 6:30 candle, and I dragged it forward, and I saw like an algorithmic delivery, like sort of like straight away, like it was something like this, and there was multiple of them. So like on the lower time frames as well. This works on the lower time frames as well. So like when you're in these areas, look, I'll show you exactly. So we stayed above the halfway point of this one here. Like the algorithm, and look, this wick goes directly into it. It lets you use them. The algorithm lets you use them. That's this one right here, by the way. That's formed all the way fucking down there. Sorry, no, I'm blind me. All the way in here. But that's, look, and this is actually coincidentally a long entry on 19th of December, where I utilized this 630 thing. So I just targeted it, simple. We traded away from it. We didn't really want to trade into this one here, and then I just thought, right, well, this is quite flat. We'll probably just target that again and run this high, or maybe this high. I think I said these highs, sorry, or whatever. Maybe that's relative equal highs in a lower time frame or something. And so that's what I targeted, a 5-to-1 on there, using the 630. Like, this all looks fake, I swear to God. Like, I'm just giving like a little fucking demonstration. But look at how long this stayed open for, and it was only a 5-to-1 down there. And I actually had that entry as well. Can you imagine that? That's just my 1% risk right there on the 1 hour time frame. That's actually that's not too bad. I mean, if you're gonna put that stop loss anywhere in here, or not anywhere, like, but you know, carefully placed, then you're gonna catch huge volatility. It's not a bad fucking stop loss, you know. Like, if I used that same entry right maybe here, I'd be happy for a while, you know. So the stop loss is not like horrific. It's on the 1 hour time frame, like, bear in mind. So, but that trade was only closed at 5-to-1. But the premise is that this 630 price, I targeted it down here, yes, but it stayed open like before the day had finished. Oh no, sorry, that is the next day after all. So, but it, like, price utilized it the next day, and then it stayed open, you know. And then it just coincidentally we're trading in that price right now. But like, so I targeted it, and then price used it itself, and the algorithm used it itself, and then we spool higher, take out this high, this high, this high, this high, and this high, by only a fractional amount. See, look, only like this that tiny amount there, which is absurdity. Look, even this 6:30 price here, and this is on the 1 hour time frame. This is on the 1 hour time frame. This orange box is a 1 minute candlestick. So we've just dragged it through time. Look, the wicks are going above it, fairs, but where do all the bodies close? These bodies don't close above it, and these bodies close inside it but below the middle. So what does that tell you? That's bearish as fuck, especially on this area that I would assume. Well, it's not that it's bearish, but look at what actually happened out of that area. You know what I mean? Like, to be honest, if you're bearish anyway and you want to see these lows get taken, the market's just giving you it there. And then because these wicks are outside of this, you can then use any entry in that with your stop loss like just above any of those wicks. And then look at the fucking run that you've just caught. That's like easily at 15 to 1. And not even with that as a stop loss, with a bit high. Like, it's crazy, man. But anyway, I'm talking about GBP USD so much. No, I'm framing the 1 minute candlestick, which is these. And this one is from today. So price like sort of used the midpoint here and sold off, even though it's only from today. And then we sort of like traded higher and took out these stop losses here. But then as soon as that high is traded even ever so slightly above, look, ever so slightly above, then we just sort of sell through this and take out this low and this volume imbalance into this previous 631, which has been traded as a range in the 1 minute time frame for a long time now. So I promise you, like, if you take a 631 minute candle and drag it into the future, you're gonna find some fucking crazy things that you never knew were there. I didn't know it was there. What, you think I found this myself? I didn't find none of this myself. Like, do you think I'm just listen to the sound of my voice? Do you think that I'm really that perceptive and fucking have been doing it for long enough and have maybe, I don't know how he managed to do it, but like, do you really think that I would be able to but to come up with all of these things myself? Definitely fucking not, you know what I mean? Like, the man's brain is fucking unparalleled to mine. He's like, he's in another league, man. He's fucking crazy. ICT, the inner circle trader, Michael J. Huddleston, the man himself, the ghost in the machine. He's a fucking J, mate. You know what I mean? He's very fucking intelligent and intellectual in the way that he delivers. Like, he does like actual like lessons that are like maybe like 3 hour long live streams and that. But he's like actually interacting with the community and stuff, you know? Like, and he's like showing people things. But like, he's the one that created the fair value gap. Like, he created all of these concepts that are on the chart here. Nothing on this chart doesn't come from ICT's frameworks, ICT's PD arrays. Nothing on this chart doesn't come from that. He is the market maker himself. Look at how price is respecting the things that he told me to focus on. He is the person who created the market. No, I'm joking. He's not. But like, I swear down, if you go through like my last live streams myself, like, I'm proving his concepts with this. Like, I'm like, that's what this is as well. But anyway, can you still hear me? Yeah. Oh, you can still hear me. Great. So, right, what I'm gonna do today, after I've got all of that out of the way, anyways, I'm gonna end this live stream and start a new one because I don't want it to be too long. So I'm gonna end this here, and then I'm gonna actually put a new live stream on, and I'm gonna continue on a new live stream exactly what I was gonna do here. So bear with me, and I'll do that now. Okay, so I'm gonna go into YouTube quickly, live, and then I'm gonna just end it here and dismiss.